Hey everybody. Hey Mary. Let everybody go ahead and join. Nice to see you, Mary. Go ahead. I'm gonna steal a. Oh, look! It's my new sweetheart, Kip Coltrane's wife. I'm ready for our date, Tara. Whenever your husband, if he doesn't come home soon, just go ahead and let me know. We'll go get some dinner. um, that's just a joke, y'all. By the way. Go ahead and do me a favor, and I'm going to steal this from Storm because it worked really, really well on her video. If you have an iPhone, in the bottom left-hand corner, Boss Hog is on the line. Boss Hog, welcome, dear. And look, Tara Coltrane is accepting my date. That's awesome. We'll keep Kip real busy with this flood relief stuff, and then we're just going to go have a few dates and do that thing. Anyway, bottom left-hand corner, go ahead and share this video on your timeline. Share it with your friends or invite your friends. Hey Julie, hey Kent Ryder. Let's go ahead and if you don't mind doing that, and that'll I noticed with Storm's video, that was a great idea. She had quite a few people viewing, so I need all the help I can get. So we'll let a few more people here. Sarge O, welcome. Trisha Joe, Regina, Charlie's Angels in the house. Y'all are cracking me up, man. Let's see. So I think I'm prepared here tonight. I went to my daughter's volleyball game tonight, and I really, really, really enjoyed. Super Chicken was incredible. I haven't talked to really anybody other than the night I finished pressure washing that big grill, and I was headed back to drop it off. I did a long rambling video, which thanks Sarjo, missed my bald head. I did a long rambling video about that day, but I was talking about it again tonight. Words cannot describe how awesome of an event that was. And I don't want anybody to ever forget, don't want anybody to ever forget Operation Super Chicken. I honestly don't know if that is repeatable, because it was such a story of God's provision, of just a total faith journey. For Kip and I, it represented just an incredible faith journey. I was trying to explain to somebody tonight what all went on, and he said, "Wait, you can't tell me that, like, this takes all kind of logistics and planning. How did you know where the food was coming from, and how did you know how was it going to get served?" And I said, "You just don't understand. It was one of those things that it just happened." Yeah, and Kent Ryder, I bet you do smell like chicken because y'all cooked. Man, it was just incredible. And I can just still see visions in my head of the police officer serving. I can see visions in my head of the local residents across the street who were scared, or not scared, they were just kind of curious about what we were doing, and to invite them over and to see black and white and civilian and police and fire, and it just didn't really matter. Nothing mattered that day, and it was just something that I will honestly never forget. It was incredible. So I just don't want to ever forget that. It was so special. So thank you all that were a part, thank all of you that were a part of that. Thank you, Dana and Mary, for praying me through that. It was just incredible, and it was a beautiful day. Jody, it was. I bet, you know what, Jody? I bet you're still seeing beans in your sleep. Just unbelievable. What a great thing. So I'm going to move on from Operation Super Chicken. Yeah, Regina, you're right. That's how the world should be. That's how we should be living. So let's move on from Operation Super Chicken, and I want to talk a little bit about some more answered prayers. Well, first of all, to back up a step, So Operation Super Chicken happened. That pretty much consumed the entire week last week for me. And those of you that know me know that I'm a person of balance. I've got to have some balance in my life, and so I took some time to. I had some big client engagements this week, and I've spent a lot of time working with my business, and so it's been. I've kind of been a little off the radar and a little connected, but not as much as I normally have been. But it was something that I needed to do, and I need to. It's good to be doing the update tonight. I appreciate everybody's comments about missing my bald head. I missed you all. I miss doing this, but you know me, and this is a marathon and not a sprint. And I want everybody to realize that the pace here is very important, and we have to stay reasonable with the amount of effort that we put in, because this is going to go on for a long time. And so I'm honestly trying to honor that. I know there are a lot of you out there that are working a lot of you out there now, quite honestly, are working a lot harder than I'm working. I know I definitely put in my time the first 3 or 4 weeks when this thing got started, and we have an incredible team in place now, and all of you people are amazing. I mean, there's still new recruits, people on the Cajun Army team that I haven't even met yet, that I'm just completely in awe and amazed at what this thing has turned into. Hanley, you missed my next level shirt. It's right there, buddy. But the pace is really important for everybody to understand, and it's also important to understand that that our community has moved on, and it's sad to us because we know how much need is left out there. But the majority of the people in Baton Rouge, in our surrounding community, they've moved on. They're a lot of them are in recovery. A lot of them were flooded and affected by the flood, or they had family members. And those that weren't affected, most of them are living their normal lives. And so I think it's important to ground ourselves in the fact that there was a tremendous amount of need in our community before this flood. A lot of the people that we're now serving, they were in need before the flood. And thank you, God, for this whole movement. Thank you for opening our eyes and helping us realize that these people are out there. Those people were there long before the flood, that are in pain and that are hurting, the least, the last, the lost, and the lonely. The only difference is now that they're actually on somebody's radar. And, and if it weren't for a lot of the people out there like Storm and Kip Coltrane and the Cajun Army and the Cajun Navy and all of those people, these people would be forgotten about completely. And so that's the beauty in this, is that they're on somebody's radar. And we can't tell people all the time, there's more ministry work in this world than any of us can ever do. It will never end. It is an endless barrel of work that just goes on and on and on. So let's stay grounded in that, and let's realize that, and let's continue to realize this is a marathon and not a sprint. We have some challenges. We have a warehouse that we need to be out of by the end of the month, and I know we've been on a search. I've got a lot to talk about that in a little bit, but that's a need. We have at some point Trisha Joe's got to go back home. She can't be in the Cajun Army forever, as much as I want her to, and we need to be thinking about what happens after Trisha Joe goes. And it's not that one person makes the Cajun Army, but Trisha Joe has been our full-time, and really more than full-time. She has been doing this for a long, long, long time. And it's long days, and she sees all the frustrations, and she sees all the joy too. But it's not something that she's not going to be around forever, and so we need to be thinking about that and praying about that for the Cajun Army and for this movement that we've started and that we're all a part of now. And I think we all agree that this is nothing that any of us want to ever leave or forget. It's just not. It's just too beautiful. And so yeah, Kent, Trisha needs to relocate, but the problem is Cajun Army, we don't have a checkbook, and she can't live for free. So it's just yeah, and you're right, Captain Morgan. There are several others here as well that are volunteers, but I know that Trisha Joe is the official. She's the person who we have committed to. We've had a generous donor that's committed to pay her house note and her car note back home, and to give her a little bit of pocket money. And Teresa's housed her. And when it's all said and done, when all of us can roll over and hit the snooze button in the morning if we want, but Trisha Joe can't. And when she's not here, that's going to be difficult. So we're going to need to pray about that and think about it. And we need to think about that warehouse, and I'm not trying to be negative at all. I think God's going to provide. God is going to lead us where we need to be, as long as we keep that in our crosshairs, and that is the goal. So I do, while let's move on from that, and let's talk a little bit about some answered prayers. Nobody in the Cajun Army is a stranger to answered prayers. By the way, if you're watching this, go ahead in the bottom left corner, or on the iPhone. I'm not sure what it looks like on the Android, but share this video so we can share it on your timeline as well, or invite friends to watch it, so we can raise awareness and continue to talk about our journey. Hey, William Elkins from Austin, man, I enjoyed spending time with you at Super Chicken, and you have a wonderful wife and a wonderful family, and it was an honor to get to spend time with you all. So let's talk about some answered prayers. So we prayed, and I know more than one occasion I've said that this whole thing about volunteers and people that are coming, I'm turning it over to God. It's not my battle. I try to take things from God all the time, and He leads me in a certain path, and then my human nature gets in the way, and my what's the word I'm looking for? My flaws as a human being. That's not the word I'm looking for, but that's what it boils down to. My shortcomings. I try to take control of things back from God, but I finally gave it up to God about these volunteers. And we're going to get who we're supposed to get. And we have, coming in the next few days, we have answered prayers. We have a group from Lindsey Wilson College, about 15 people that are going to be here from October 10th to October 13th. We've got a group of 28 that comes in after that from the University of South Carolina. It's a Wesley group. Go John Wesley. I'm a Methodist guy myself, so that's a Methodist group. 28 of them from October 13th to the 14th. From October 15th to the 24th, we have a crew of 15 coming from Florida. And on not this coming Friday, not tomorrow, but the next Friday, if I have the date right, there's a group of 100 coming from Tifton, Georgia. So, Smiling Karen, if you're on here, I know you're on here, you just commented. Y'all better have some jobs ready for these people, because 100 people is a lot of people, and we're going to get a good warm-up with 40 or 50 of them. So the list we currently have as of last night, when I talked to Karen, we had 393 homes left. We had over 800 that originally responded. I know we've taken care of a little over 200 of them. The rest have been taken care of by other groups, but we have 393 residents or homeowners still, or people that need help in some way, shape, or form. Some of those are going to really be easy. Some of those are not going to be easy, and it's going to be a big challenge for Trisha Joe, because she's the one who's going to be organizing these people and getting them tools and safety gear. So let's talk about that a little bit. Need you all to really, really, really reach out to your people. With all of these groups coming in, we need hammers, we need crowbars, we need safety glasses, we need respirator filters, we need boot covers, not shoe covers, but boot covers. sledgehammers, contractor bags, utility knives, step ladders, channel locks, blue tape, painter's tape, duct tape, Tyvek suits of all sizes. We are not completely stocked on all of our safety supplies. So let's send that stuff. And yeah, Trisha Joe needs help. She's burnt out. I know she's got to be burnt out. She's like the Energizer Bunny, but I'm telling you, I feel the pain. I know she's got to be burnt out. I would be toast. She's much more of a man than I am. I can tell you that, because I couldn't do what she's doing. I just couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it physically. I don't think I could do it emotionally. And I love you to death, Trisha Joe, and I respect you, and you're a blessing to this community. And I just pray that you can stay the course, and when you get to go home and rest. And I know, I just hang in there as long as you can, because you're a blessing to us, and you're going to be hard to replace. And Trisha Joe says she's not burnt out. Yeah, right. Okay. I know you love it, but so anyway, we need safety supplies, people. We need to get them coming, because the last thing we need is for these people to show up and we don't have the gear for them, and we don't have the work for them. So the needs team, and those of you out there with money, get on that Amazon wish list and send those things. Listen to this video again, or somebody can list it down here. I'll go over it again. Hammers, crowbars, safety glasses, respirator filters, boot covers, sledgehammers, contractor bags, utility knives, step ladders, channel locks, blue tape, duct tape, and Tyvek suits in all sizes. So those are the needs for safety supplies and for demo tools. So we need that for these groups coming in, and praise God for the groups that have come in. It's fantastic. We want to give a big shout out to to the Red Cross, the American Red Cross. Rob Riley went over there and talked with them, and I've had some conversations with the executive director. I don't really know. Sorry about that. I lost y'all for a second. It's probably more Rob than it is anything that I've done, but the Red Cross sent us 115 shovels, 112 rakes, 100 respirators, and 200 cartridges for those respirators. So kudos to the Red Cross for supporting the Cajun Army. We appreciate it. We know there have been issues, and the Red Cross has gotten some bad press, but let's give them some good press for doing something good here. And I think a lot of you all did that on our Facebook page when we posted that. So we're going to give credit where credit's due, and we appreciate it. All right, I want to speak a little bit about several of our people. Leanne, you're awesome. Leanne's dad, it got flooded. She's dealing with a flooded house with her dad. She's in charge of our recruiting. She's a total rock star. Her husband, Sasha, if you're watching this, buddy, we're praying for you. Sasha is a Cirque du Soleil performer, and I think there was a bombing in Istanbul where they're performing. And so now Leanne, with her dad weighing heavy on her mind and her recruiting, and everything that she's got going on, now she's got a husband over there in a bad situation, in a place where there's a lot of instability. And so let's pray for Sasha and for Leanne. Michael Hanley, you get mentioned every time, dude. You are this is where you people are the ones that inspire me, and I don't feel worthy to be even associated with the people that we have in the Cajun Army. Michael Hanley's got a full-time job. He's aligning housing for everyone. He's been one of our top people from the very beginning. He's got kids, he's got a wife, and he's out demoing houses and ripping up floors with a full-time job and doing all that. I can't even comprehend at this point how he does that. You've got Supergirl Kimberly, who has one leg. She's flooded herself and drives almost an hour to every house to demo. You got people like Regina and Jen and David that are regularly volunteering. They're doing the demo work with Trisha Joe when when there are no volunteers. They're the ones who go out there and they get after it. And I just, like I said, I'm humbled that you people are doing what you're doing, and I really don't even feel worthy at this point, to be in the same organization. So it's just it's an honor to be associated with you people, and I love you all. So a couple of notes. I want to talk a little bit about the people that send stuff. So Jasmine from Alabama, her note, she sent us some mold sprayers. Her note said, sorry, it's not much, but it's all I can afford right now. I hope it helps. Hope to see you soon. Much love from Alabama. Let me tell you something, Jasmine. Let me tell you something. You just bring the little bit that you have to the feet of Jesus, and he will multiply that. And we experienced that in Operation Super Chicken. We've experienced it here since the very beginning. It's the way the feeding of the 5,000 worked. Everybody brought the little bit that they had to the feet of Jesus, and Jesus multiplied it and did incredible things with it. And guess what? There were 12 baskets left over in that account in the gospel in the book of Matthew. So the little bit that you have, that widow's mite, thank you for that. And it's equally as important as any contribution that we receive from anybody. So whatever it is that you can do to join this fight. Hey, Kip Coltrane, Kip just joined. Whatever you can do to join this fight, join it, no matter how big or how little. We appreciate it. Kip, you missed it a little while ago, buddy. Tara and I were going back and forth. We got a thing next week, so we're going to be going out a few nights. So you just keep doing your flood recovery thing. Stay distracted, and we're going to go. Enjoy ourselves. Anyway, sorry about that. And then we have another note. So now let me get focused again. We got another note from somebody who has this is on the other end of the spectrum, sent very consecutively a lot. Jessica Campbell, mold. The latest shipment was mold remover and sprayer, a 50-quart cooler, an air bed with 2 pillows, shovel, safety glasses, duct tape, disinfectant wipes. I mean, these are the people that it's just those that send a little and those that send a lot. You're just amazing, and you're inspiring to us, and we just really appreciate it. We are 7 people away from 10,000 group members as of the last time I checked. Now, we may have had a couple of ads since then. So invite your friends to join the Cajun Army. Let's get up over 10,000, and let's continue to get our message out there, and let's continue to grow the audience for what we're doing. Back to the warehouse. I want to give you there. So first of all, speaking of new volunteers, I saw that we onboarded somebody new in Zello today, or a couple of people, and it just blows me away that we're still doing this and people are still coming on board. So thank you for that. And so this Chris from Texas, I don't even know Chris. She did the update. She was at Rob's house. I know a little bit about her story. I know she had said in her video that she hasn't seen any of the updates, so she doesn't know who I am either. But I look forward to meeting her and another inspiring person that's come here to help. And part of her role is to help us find a new warehouse and to find some warehouse space. And so I want to skim through some comments here real quick from Rob about today with his adventures with Chris. Let's see. Rob's saying we should keep the essentials for the current mission. Non-essentials should be moved to other charities distributing similar items. So I like seeing that. He's naming some specific places. that, you know, these things can go, and this is the way we need to be thinking. What are our core competencies, and, you know, what things can we lean on other organizations that have the space and the resources to do while we can focus on what we do best. They've let's see, they visited the Red Cross, asking them for warehouse space. They were full. Went to Mockler Beverage. They tried Johnny Thorning at B&H. Let's see, who else did we have here? Commercial. Looked at some space in the Industriplex. Drove airline to Snows, across over to Dutchtown, back up 73. Checked with John H. Carter. I mean, these people, they went around Foxy's, possible space in Denham that we don't know the condition of. So Rob and Chris, I mean, these are people, you know, they're just getting out there, getting after it. And this is an extremely critical function for what we do. And if we don't have this warehouse space, y'all, I don't know where all the stuff's going to get stored, you know, and I'm not going to worry about it. It's not my battle. I want everybody to just pray about it. And we're going to let God lead us into whatever the next chapter is for us. But they also called someone. It's Jimmy Swaggart's. Looks like we missed the boat there. They just gave up 7,000 square foot of updates. 7,000 square foot of warehouse space to someone with furniture. So there are people out there with warehouse space. We need y'all to really help us with that as much as you can. And if you can get out there and help us find something, please do. Wanted to talk a little bit about Kip's video. He's done some videos today. I saw one of them, Kip. I hadn't seen the second one, but we support you, brother. And I'm you know, it's sad, all of the situations that are out there and the people that are just being wronged by insurance companies. And if Kip's on a mission to root out all of that, to root out the politicians who are not doing anything, the people who are responsible for being apathetic. And, you know, one of the 7 deadly sins is sloth. And those people that are out there that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're not being good stewards of their position, we're coming after you. We're going to find you. And I'm going to tell you, I don't even have to. I watched Kip today, and I know I don't have to. I really don't have to do much. I can sit back and look at that guy and know he's going to get to the bottom of it. But I went by Congressman Garrett Graves' office today. I dropped off a card at the front desk, and I said, you know, hey, I'd like to meet with the congressman. So Kip, we'll see if Congressman Graves, if anybody watching this, can get a message or let them know that the Cajun Army guy dropped a card off. We'd like to talk. Kip and I want to go sit down and talk to Congressman Graves. I'd like to bring Luke Nick, Michael Hanley, and let's talk about these people that are these sad stories, and what are we doing? I mean, are we really in a mode of recovery? Is everybody moving on to recovery? What are we doing to help the least, the last, the lost, the lonely, the people that have been stuck and screwed by their insurance companies, and people that have got no assistance from FEMA? The lady that Storm videoed the other night, the update from Storm was amazing, and I was touched by that. I think she just really did a good job with her whole thing and her ministry. And I'm going to call it a ministry because that's what Storm has. She has her own little individual ministry doing her thing, and we are honored to be able to support her with that because she's a special person. And, you know, we wouldn't be finding these people if it weren't for people like Storm, and if it weren't for people like Kip. And all of you that are out there, Trisha Joe and Sarjo, and, you know, I'm going to get in trouble listing names because all of you people are out there doing this stuff, and we would never know these stories. And so, Cajun Army, I want your input from the team leaders. It would be really easy for us to use our infrastructure that we have now to begin to have people registering needs, to put out the word that, hey, if you feel like you've been wronged by your insurance company, go to our website and fill out a need, and we can funnel that information to KIP, and we can begin to let them have a list of people, and maybe we can use some of our admin team. I'm thinking out loud here because we don't get to interact daily face to face, but if this is something that we can help with, this is a need in our community that it seems like this is one of the greatest needs, is that there's so many people that feel like they've been wronged. And initially the greatest need was gutting houses, and our mission statement from the very beginning was to take the needs in the community and match those with the resources and the people able to satisfy those needs or to help them. So anyway, I want to leave that with the team leaders and the thread to see what you all think about that. I'm not trying to complicate things here, but at some point these 393 names that are on our list are going to go away. And it's really easy to accumulate information. It's easy for us to accumulate information and get it in the hands of the right people. That's much easier than accumulating information and then having to go demo a house and get safety supplies and all of that. So I'll leave that with you all. Think about that. Another thing, talking about Storm, I know Storm is on her way to a hotel in Hammond, and that apparently there are some people there that haven't been fed. And I just wanted to thank Storm for doing that. And we heard about it yesterday. Unfortunately, given our given all of the things we're trying to manage, we haven't been able to act on it as quickly as Storm has to get that vetted. And so anyway, thank you for being out there, Storm, and doing that. And if we can support you in any way or help you in any way, we would love to. We know a little bit about feeding people. I think if I remember correctly, there were a few thousand of them that we fed last weekend. So we're good at it. We can certainly feed 100. That's easy. So if you get out there and this is a legitimate need and we need to act on it, you just need to let us know. And reinforcements are on the way. So thank you for your leadership and for taking the lead on that, and going and chasing that down. It's people like you that take the initiative to go out and be the change in the world. And it's my favorite quote: "I must do something is always better than something must be done." And so Storm, you're living that. You must do something, and you're doing it. Okay. Trisha's telling me that we did. Lenny Ned went there, and they wouldn't let him go in and meet people. Okay, so apparently we already did go vet this. Sorry, I missed that. But anyway, so Storm's on her way out there too. I guess she's going to figure the same thing out. So hey, Kristy Lynn, how you doing? Let's see. Kristy Lynn, my kids go to Episcopal, dear. Mallory Baker King is my daughter. Let's see. Will you have the info available on the website or Facebook page? What info are you talking about, Kristy? Tell me again. I know Kent Ryder and his group is working with you. Kristy was flooded, and I think Kent Ryder and his group are working with her, trying to get her taken care of. She's got some kids, and I think living on an air mattress, and we were trying to help out with that. So somebody, Kristy, if you don't mind, respond back and let me know what info it is that you're looking for on the website or on the Facebook page. Not sure. So anyway, yeah, Cathy, we need warehouse space. Look for it. It can be Airline Highway is great. The Denham area is great. So let's see. Mary says Storm went. She's upset. People have been forgotten there. Well, apparently they aren't too forgotten, because Lenny Ned went and checked on them and we couldn't get in to see them. So I don't know. Hopefully she'll have better luck than we did. So, okay. Anyway, Kristy, I'm not sure what information you're looking for. I'm assuming you'll do that, and somebody, Chelsea or one of our team members, will comment on it and let you know whatever it is that you need to know. All right, I'm going to shift to our scripture reference for this evening, and that's going to be 2 Thessalonians 3, and it says, and we're going to go verses 1 through 5. As for other matters, brothers and sisters, pray for us that the message of the Lord may spread rapidly and be honored, just as it is with you. And pray that we may be delivered from wicked and evil people, for not everyone has faith. But the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. We have confidence in the Lord that you are doing and will continue to do things we command. May the Lord direct your hearts into God's love and Christ's perseverance. So the reason I chose that scripture tonight is that I really want us to stay grounded and centered on why we're doing what we're doing. And we are trying to help people, and we're trying to get people fed, and we're trying to get supplies, and we're doing all of the things that we're doing. But I want everybody to remember why we're doing what we're doing. Every bit of what we're doing from day one has been intended to glorify God and to love our neighbor. And all of that is because that's what we're supposed to do. And so in the middle of all of this, when our personalities get in the way, when our own expectations get in the way, when we feel like we're failing, or when we feel like other people are failing, let's just remember that we need to center ourselves and let the Lord direct our hearts. And if we focus on that, and even if we don't get to everybody this week, and even if we don't solve every problem this week, and all of the frustrations that build up in us, we need to remember why we're doing what we're doing. And we also need to remember that not everybody that we interact with has faith. Some people think we're crazy. When I try to articulate Operation Super Chicken to somebody, and Kip will appreciate this because we went through this together the whole week, not everybody understands that we didn't do that. None of us did that. God did that. God orchestrated that. And there's no other explanation for it. And so, but we're dealing with people, we deal with a lot of people that don't have faith, and we need to pray for those people. And we need to be the example of patience. And it's really ironic that I'm the guy preaching about this, because I probably have the least amount of patience of anybody that I know, and probably anybody that you all know. I'm terrible. I'm the most impatient, controlling, straightforward, non-loving at times. I mean, I'm just an ass, and I don't mean to be. I'm a good person, but I let my human nature override what God tells me to do. And I had a long-standing, still have a long-standing joke that I have 2/3 of the fruits of the Spirit. It's hard to have them all. And I try so hard, but I'm just not there. And I know you all aren't either. We're all, even within the Cajun Army, we've had many situations where we've had talks with people about, just hey, I'm so frustrated with this person, or I'm so frustrated with that person, and just to talk it out and say, they really mean well, and let's just try to understand each other. And somebody said here earlier that Storm was mad headed to Hammond. I'm sure she is. She has a wonderful heart, and let's just understand that that's how she's gonna handle that situation, and that's okay. I know Storm's heart. Storm can be mad all day long, but I can see her ministry, and I see the beauty in that woman, and I don't even know her. And I see that in her because I know that's what God sees in her, and I see that perseverance. I see that perseverance in Kip Coltrane. I don't know anybody that's got more perseverance than Kip Coltrane. I can't fathom the amount of energy and the focus. I hope he doesn't ever come after me with something, because I'm scared. I mean, I really am. Um, the guy defines perseverance. And I love you, brother. You define perseverance. So I just want to leave that message with you all tonight. And we are human, but let's not forget why we're doing this. Let's just not forget. This is all about loving God's people. And there were a lot of people, and I want us all to remember this. Most of these people that are left without help were people that were in pain before this flood, and none of us were around to help them. Me, you, none of us were. This flood has brought all of these people to us to shepherd. And so as we focus on what needs to be done from this day forward, and the way we take care of our community, let's not forget to think about what we should have been doing, and the fact that these people were forgotten long before this flood. And that's just not right. It's not okay. It weighs heavy on my heart every day to think about all of the people in the rest of the country. You know, there's a hurricane that's getting ready to just plow through Florida, and God, I hope it doesn't hit Tifton, Georgia, and affect our 100 people coming this way. God, please keep them safe. And that's sad. That's selfish for me to say that, but you know, there's pain everywhere, and none of us can take it all on ourselves, but we can, like it says in 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 5, may the Lord direct your hearts into God's love and Christ's perseverance. May we all persevere and never, ever, ever, ever forget about the least, the last, the lost, and the lonely. Never. And to those that we haven't gotten to yet, or that we failed in our mission to help, we're sorry. We're human, and I know we're all doing the best we can. And when it's all said and done, it's up to God, and it's God's battle. And I just thank you all for being soldiers in that battle. And I thank you for the opportunity to speak again and to do an update. It's an honor. It just really is. So I'm going to close with our prayer when disaster strikes. And I'm sorry for being long-winded tonight, but it's been a while and I missed y'all. Dear God, we pray for those affected by disaster, those souls who are stranded, lost, or hurt, those who feel lonely and afraid. We lift them up to your heavenly light. Have mercy on them, shower them with patience and peace, guide them through the darkness, create in them great power to overcome, and help them to trust in your goodness and grace. Bring out your reliable disciples. That's all of you people. Bring out your reliable disciples. Enable them to reach out and rescue those in danger and in need. Infuse them with your wisdom and strength, and let the Holy Spirit direct their ways. Heavenly Father, remind us that you washed away our sins with the gift of your Son Jesus, who bled and died to give us life. Grant us the ability to endure now, to work with confidence, even through moments of chaos and confusion, and rest, assured of your steadfast love. Amen. I love you too, Bettina. And you're right, Aaron. One person walked this earth that was perfect, and it wasn't any one of us, that's for sure. I don't know what else to say. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for your comments. I can't wait to go back and read them. I love to read them. Everybody on here, you're wonderful people. Just remember, the least, the last, the lost, and the lonely. We don't just think about them now. We're all committing to think about them forever. And that's a long time. So, Kip Coltrane, go get you some rest, brother. Lay your head down. Go to sleep. Go take your wife out for a nice dinner. Tomorrow is my 21st wedding anniversary. So that's what I'm doing. My poor wife has been married to me for 21 years as of tomorrow. Lord knows we may not make it till tomorrow. There's still time between now and then, but I have a feeling we're going to make it. And we're going to go to dinner, and we're going to spend some time together, and I'm going to give thanks for my family, and I'm going to give thanks for my daughters and my health and my home and my puppy dogs. And as I take care of those responsibilities in my business, I will wake up every day and never, ever, ever forget about the least, the last, the lost, and the lonely from this day forward for the rest of my life. And I challenge you to do the same. Good night.